everyone, Arnaldo Offerman here with 4 Schools Only and another installment of Are You Rocking with the Best, the video series. So one of the things that I talk about in the book and in the actual Master School Dances video series is that it's very important to have yourself a database, which I'm working on mine right here, with all the different schools and everything else that I've talked to. And I keep information about as far as the date, the names, etc. on there. So calling schools gets a little bit distracting or frustrating depending on who you're talking to, not because of the people, well, sometimes because the people you talk to just don't want to help, but for the most part, especially at the beginning of the year, I'm not talking with students, I'm talking with administration, or I'm talking with the secretaries, and they're always willing to help, but they don't always have that information. So it's like, okay, crap, gotta write down when to call them back, when to call them back, and I don't want to seem like a telemarketer about whether you like it or not. That's exactly what you are. So now let's go ahead and let me call up the next one real quick. And I used the database from last year, so at least I can refer to a name of who handled it beforehand. Hi, yes, wanted to find out, is Miss Lucy still in charge of the homecoming dance? Okay, well that explains why my emails weren't returned. Okay, do they have decided who the new SGA sponsor is, or? Awesome. What's her email address? Okay, great. Thank you very much. I appreciate your time. Bye-bye. Now, this particular one, I already knew all the other dates. I didn't need to worry about that. As far as info, address, and all that, I already have that. I never ask them for a date because that's just going to slow things down, especially this early into the year. So right now, I am looking into a 1.5 hour radius. I don't really like going more than an hour, but I'm willing to expand a half hour out because we do have some of our big schools that are an hour and a half out. But an hour and a half radius, we have about 144 high schools that I know of. They've been building more and more, so I mean, it's a wonderful market here. If you aren't, but at the same time, it's also a much tougher market because there are so many schools and there are so many DJs. Oh, I can do this too. If you're in a smaller market, this shouldn't take you 2 or 3 weeks. This should be done in a couple of days. If you're in a much busier market than I am, well, it's going to take you a lot longer. But obviously keep writing everything down. After that, I just gotta print out the labels and we gotta send out marketing materials. We're gonna send out the little flyers. I'll show you guys that in just a moment. As you continue calling, I definitely recommend you make yourself comfortable. That's why I call from my bed, because yeah, there's a lot of schools to call and you're gonna be on hold quite a bit, so make yourself comfy and get some Mountain Dew. That's what I need. Code red. Hi there, yes, I wanted to find out who the person in charge of the homecoming dance this year was going to be. Oh, okay, awesome. I'll call back then. Thank you so much. Bye-bye. Okay. Call back. Okay, so I've got the names down, so I'm just going to do a print test page with the labels. By the way, that's my awesome Mario wall. My wife actually did that because I'm a big giant nerd. Can't hate on that. And looks like we are good. Isn't that awesome? That's magical. What's even more magical is that I'm not out of ink. I was out of ink just a second ago, so now I'm just going to go ahead and make sure that these match up with the labels, and then print out the labels. Magical printer goodness. This is the only HP that's actually lasted more than a year. It's a relic, the 5150. You'll never see me do a positive review of these terrible printers, though I hate HP. So, over here's a cat. You guys know it's not one of my videos unless there's a cat. She's very skittish. She's got a funny shaped head. Here are the other 2 cats. That's Princess. That's right. Wouldn't be a video without cats in it. So let's go ahead and take this. And we got some tape. So here we have the new postcards. Really excited about these. And I got these from Joshua Productions. You guys may remember Josh Yon. He did hosting for DJs. Real chill dude. And he does a lot of great marketing, but because he has experience with Nickelodeon and he does a lot of family stuff, his target market is the same market that I try to hit. So whenever I send my cards to him, even though I designed everything on them, and he can design it. If you're terrible with design, let him do it. He does a great job. But I design my own stuff. He still took the time and said, hey, you should consider doing this and that. And of course, I'm going to take his advice because he's been through the same thing and he's got a great point of view as well. We may not always agree on everything, but my product becomes better just because the help I get from him. But anyhow, so we have the cards here. One of the things that I did last time that was incorrect, I had my card like this with all the information. Almost like a club flyer. Post office doesn't like that. If you do it like that, you still have to have the label and the stamp in this orientation. So that was a waste of a lot of money. So I went ahead and, you know, did it right this time. And I had all these leftover stamps from the last time, but of course the prices went up by 2 cents. So right now, as of July 2014, if you're going to send postcards, make sure that it's 34 cents or 16 2-cent stamps, which is going to eat up this whole thing. But yeah, on the back we got some photos, we got some pretty text. If you want to know the logic about writing a good, effective postcard to get schools to call you, well, I'm not going to tell you this. That's what the Master School Dances videos are for. But let's go ahead and put all these together. I will give you a couple of tips. Bright, vivid colors. Flat is impossible to get with CMYK. That's another reason that I chose Josh, is because I want it flat, but I want it vivid. I want it bright. That's almost, like I said, impossible to get with CMYK. That's more of an RGB thing, but they were able to do it. But the flat, vibrant colors, and when I mean flat, I mean single tone, no bevels or anything like that. But vibrant will easily grab attention when, you know, I'm noticing what colors my marketing or my competition uses in their marketing, and I'm doing something completely different with the text, with the way everything is written down, etc. So now I got to go through 144 of these and start putting the labels on. Yeah.
Eric, good morning. How are you? Great. Don't worry. So Eric's sitting in my seat. Eric's wearing better clothes than you are, friend. Yeah. How often does that happen? Every day. Eric just adjusts my seat in the studio so it's never quite the same for my butt. He puts his own butt grooves in the seat, so tomorrow I gotta re-groove.
So these are all of them. Now to send them out. Make sure you guys subscribe, like the video, share with your friends, and stay tuned for part 4.